Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Daniel. This is Jonathan. Today we are back with Death Note episode 9. Last time, L is getting pretty close to Light. I mean, he's right there. Light doesn't seem concerned. He's like, I planned for this.
He's 64 cameras close.
He's very. That's just in his room.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Light's like putting himself in a world where it's like I gotta prep in case I am the primary suspect, so that he's not caught off guard.
Right, which you mentioned.
Right, and I mean, he has to know, his dad being the lead detective on the case has to know that at some point he was gonna come into their crosshairs a little bit, so he had to be ready for it.
Yeah.
And maybe he's thinking if he can get past this, then it's just smooth sailing after that.
And then I might be getting this wrong, but I think Light said if I could only, or at some point it was mentioned that it would only maybe last the cameras. Did he say 3 days or 3 weeks?
Oh.
After 3 days of this, it'll be like we're cleared or something. I can't remember exactly the words he used, but there was a reference to 3, and I think it was 3 days. 3 weeks sounds a little
so like they
excessive,
wouldn't,
but
it wouldn't like just either like kind of hyper focus for like a little bit.
Right.
Like you see him just sitting there studying. Like they sat there for hours watching just the tape.
What did he say, from like 7 to 11 or something?
7:30 to 11. Well, at one point the detective went home or left.
Oh yeah.
And he was there just continuing to watch.
Yeah.
So,
which Light's we've talked about it. He's a genius. He's smart. I mean, the things he's done with, booby trapping that door, that drawer in his cabinet for the death note where he keeps it, the paper in his room, the lead in the hinge,
right?
The TV and the camera. Even going to the length of having bought 3 magazines to already have stored, and then going out and buying one more,
right?
Opening it up in front of them to kind of make sure,
putting it there, like everything. But even all that, L will still like, this is too on the nose. Through it. That's just crazy. Yeah,
he's a lot of CYA stuff that he's been doing, but nonetheless, I feel like you're right. L is seeing through some of that, and I don't think he's gonna clear him just yet. Yeah,
I want L to figure it out, but I kind of get excited on either side. Right. When L, I'm like, no, you're onto something. Keep going with that thought. Right. But at the same time, whenever Light's like comes up with a way to evade that, I'm like, damn, that was really good too. So I don't know. I'm just
it's very much hard to pick a side.
It's like going to like a basketball game and you're not a fan of either team, but they both have good players. You're just there for the show.
You're just there for the show. This has very much well, it started off very much Dexter-like vibes where he's killing criminals, for
which I've never seen.
That's right, you said it. So Dexter is pretty much the
similar
Death Note.
Idea.
He's the Death Note.
Live action almost.
Yeah, and it is live action, but it's the same concept. Killing criminals for peace,
and then justifying
it. But this is taking a different direction.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm assuming it's gonna keep going down this path. So I'm curious to see how. If he gets even closer, or if he gets away with it, and they move on to someone else.
Right.
So, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop in. Before we do, please consider subscribing to our channel. Full length reactions on our Patreons, those early access to future episodes. If you want to get a head start on those, but we're gonna go ahead and get started on episode 9. Here we go. Encounter.
Who do you think they meet?
That would be crazy.
Ryuk. Yeah, I'm sure nobody's following.
He's carrying his own head.
Now hurry up.
Let's go. Is he having withdrawals?
Yeah.
I need to zoom out. I can't tell what's happening.
All right, but on the news they said they were dispatching 1,500 investigators to Japan.
Right.
They're bluffing. You said so yourself. If it were really happening, they wouldn't announce their arrival. Instead, they'd come and investigate secretly. I suppose you're right. I'll buy you some apples.
He's kind of using that in a way to help because he needs them.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryuzaki.
Yes?
I've been thinking about the purse snatcher and the embezzler's heart attacks 2 days ago. It seems
the two random
my
ones
family couldn't have had any knowledge of them before they died. Shouldn't that resolve any doubts you have?
You may be right. Even though Kira can control the time of death, I don't think there's any way he could have arranged their deaths without having seen the broadcast first. Your son has come home.
One more piece, though, of the puzzle, you said, right?
I have a good grasp of where all the cameras are placed, but I only managed to kill a purse snatcher and an embezzler using that trick with the potato chips.
Right.
You're watching TV.
I made sure to kill criminals whose names and faces were broadcast when I didn't have access to TV or the internet. But there's a chance I'll look even more suspicious if only these lesser criminals end up dying while I'm not receiving information.
But
in other words, if I kill other petty criminals whose names and faces are broadcast as I watch TV, I won't draw unnecessary attention to myself. That way, whenever I go out, I can use that piece of the death note I keep in my wallet to kill them at random times. Just like that.
But he got the information on camera.
Right.
Like him just watching the news.
Yeah.
Our surveillance of the Kitamura and Yagami households has revealed nothing. We will remove the cameras and wiretaps.
There you go.
All that and we still don't have any suspects.
Please don't get the wrong idea. I only said that we were unable to reveal anything suspicious based on our surveillance.
Right.
What?
Even if Kira was among them, I'm sure he wouldn't make it obvious. No, in fact, it could mean he was able to continue killing without doing anything outwardly suspicious.
Then you believe that Kira is among one of those families?
As I've said, there's a 5% chance.
I guess 5 to him means a lot, though, for him to go that far with it.
I still have no idea how he's been able to commit these murders, but let's say he could kill someone simply by wishing death upon them.
But he didn't seem to turn the TV on?
Being would have shown at least some emotion, some sign that they were knowingly committing an act of murder. So the obvious conclusion is that Kira couldn't be one of them. However, what if he is one of these people we've been watching? If he is, we have to assume that his psyche has reached godlike proportions, punishing evildoers without the slightest change of expression. It almost makes me want to believe that Kira doesn't exist. That idea is completely absurd. To think that God would need a person's face and name to kill them. A mass murderer who calls himself Kira exists somewhere. I'm sure of it, and I will catch him. So what should I do?
Expose yourself?
Ideally, I would get to know him well enough that he'd admit to me that he was Kira and show me how he kills. Would that even be possible?
You get so confident that you even do that?
No, there's no way.
He only gets that confident when he knows he's already won, like Naomi.
Hey, Light, I just checked and all the cameras have been removed. All of them, every single one. Hello?
We can't be sure.
Doesn't want any wiretaps.
Light. Oh, good point. We still don't know if they've removed all the wiretaps from the house.
I suppose this means I'm no longer a suspect. Everything's going as planned. But I'm sure El won't give up that easily.
Right.
If he's still working with the Japanese police, chances are my father is working with him. I'll have to use my father to find out El's true identity.
They didn't leave one camera.
Him. Once I get rid of El, Kira will be one step closer to becoming the god of the new world.
Dang.
I know you don't need it, but good luck.
Oh, that's right. The exams.
I don't see why you two are making such a big deal out of this.
I'm relieved we don't have to deal with wiretaps in the house anymore.
Well, it's nice to know that one cause of stress was resolved before my exam, and once I get into university, I'll have a lot more room to act as Kira.
You'll be away from home and
finding out who El really is.
You there! The exam will be starting in 10 minutes, so you better hurry up!
It's fine. I plan to get here 3 minutes before the test. I hate waiting.
Golly.
I'm here too early.
Well.
Golly. Oh, I don't miss this.
Oh, yeah.
You there! Student number 162. Sit properly in your chair.
This wouldn't be L, would it?
It is. Oh!
Is he there because of suspicion, or is he...
He said he wants to get to know him. He thinks he's a...
Oh, he knows that...
I feel like they both know.
But how would he know? Why would he think that's him? Wow, look at he's sitting.
He doesn't recognize him. He's new to the class. He's never been there, obviously.
What? I think they went to like somewhere public.
You know what? That's right. These are not. That's not at the school that he goes to.
Right.
Okay.
A god of death cannot be killed even if stabbed in his heart with a knife or shot in the head with a gun. However, there are ways to kill a god of death which are not generally known to the gods of death.
Interesting.
Okay. So Kira there, that's his way of watching closely, but that he's literally a barefoot. Granted,
L,
that could
L.
also L, but that could also make most people not think that that's L, because you would assume L is some like polished,
right,
dresses nice, older guy, whatever.
Yep.
But someone like Light can piece it together. God. Be like, he's just weird enough. He's just different enough. This could be.
Well, he said sit. When he said sit in your chair, right? I was like, no, that's not L. I mean, we know L is a little odd with the way he sits and the way he acts, but I was like, that's not him. And then they showed his feet, and I was like, oh my God.
Like, what
that's
are the
why
odds?
This episode is called Encounter.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it kind of is.
Yeah. Right. Wonder what those ways are.
Yeah, true. Oh. The conditions for death will not be revealed unless it is physically possible for that human or it is reasonably assumed to be carried out by that human. Oh, the conditions for death will not be realized unless it is physically possible for that human or it is reasonably assumed to be carried out. Oh, right. We knew that. You can't say fly up in the sky and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then drop dead.
It seems like a lot of Shinigami are observing the human world lately. What's with that anyway?
Are they like watching him?
Milk is being kept by a human.
What's he thinking? Seriously?
He's a disgrace to the pride of the Shinigami.
No, I'm talking about the human who's keeping Ryuk. Who would want him as a pet? Aren't pets supposed to be cute? What's the story on this human?
Oh, is he gonna become like famous?
Is it a male or a female?
Who knows?
Oh, they don't.
In that case, I think I'd better go take a closer look.
Can they watch? Interesting.
I thought they couldn't go to the human realm unless their book dropped down and somebody picked it up.
Maybe they have a way to see through the portal or a portal or something.
For the freshman address, freshman representative, Light Yagami.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
And freshman representative Hideki Ryuga.
Is that? Yep, that's L.
That Hideki Ryuga, the pop
That's
idol?
L.
He doesn't look anything like the real Hideki Ryuga.
Yeah, that's L.
I knew I'd be giving the address with one other student, but I never expected this.
Oh my God.
From the exam center. He got into trouble for sitting oddly in his desk. It seemed like he was off in his own world.
Dude, it's crazy. And he's smart enough.
Yeah.
I guess both of them must have had the high score this year.
Interesting.
They both had perfect scores for all subjects.
What?
It's hard to believe there are actually people like that.
I think I like the little one on the right. What? He's so weird, Kyoko. Look at how he's dressed.
She's wearing shoes at least.
These two are total opposites.
That's crazy.
This one looks like a sheltered genius who's been groomed for success his whole life. But the other one...
As we embark on this new chapter in our lives...
There's something not right about him.
Sounds like the computer voice.
Either he's crazy or he's just toying with us.
It's blank.
Representative Hideki Ryuga.
And that's obviously a fake name.
It's gotta be.
Light Yagami. Your father is Chief Soichiro Yagami of the NPA.
Oh.
Your respect for your father's matched only by your strong sense of justice.
Who the hell is this guy?
He's kind of giving a lot.
Planning to join the police agency when you graduate.
Look how he's
and
sitting.
you've already got experience, seeing as you've helped the police solve a number of cases in the past. Now you're showing an interest in the Kira case. If you promise not to tell anyone about this, I have important information concerning the Kira investigation that I'd like to share with you.
Whoa, what? Right.
Don't fall for it.
Why is he getting so close?
I won't tell anyone. What is it?
I want to tell you I'm Al.
What?
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 Keep your cool. Keep your cool.
I thought this guy was a bit strange, but
Right.
this is pretty extreme.
He's trying to elicit a response.
Stop. This isn't good. Don't act surprised.
Right.
On the off chance that he really is L, I have to act how Soichiro Yagami's son Light Yagami would.
We were saying that last week.
Yep.
If you are who you say you are, then you have nothing but my respect and admiration.
Thank you. The reason I chose to reveal my identity to you is because I think you could be of some help to us on the Kira investigation. Light Yagami. The likelihood that you are Kira is just under 5%. Even so, Something tells me I'm not wrong to suspect you.
Man.
You're just too perfect. If you are Kira, I can't think of anything that would put more pressure on you than this little scenario.
And the blue and red?
Yes. No, even if he's not L,
Gotta keep
I
calm.
can't do anything to him.
Right.
If he were to die right after telling me who he was, it would only confirm their suspicions.
Right.
Although it's obvious Hideki Ryuga is nothing more than an absurd alias, it still complicates things. Even if I get lucky and it isn't an alias, if I try to kill him by simply writing his name in the death note, I might accidentally picture the face of Ryuga the pop star.
Oh. Dang.
Does he already suspect that I'm Kira? It's hard to say how much he knows, but I must be under suspicion.
Yes to all the above.
What other reason could he have for telling Soichiro Yagami's son that he's L? I can't let him see any signs of distress. It's better if I just clear my mind.
Is he watching? What's L thinking? He has to play along, like he did with Naomi, in a way.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I'm sure I'll see you on campus.
Yeah, take care.
Dang.
That kid must come from some serious money. Plus, he's at the top of the class. Where's the justice?
Did he wiretap you while you were there? Careful.
I don't know. Oh, man. This is probably has his mind. He's racing through all the different. But L obviously planned that out really. That means he has a fake ID and everything because he took the test under that name.
Right.
Oh, he's not happy.
He got me!
Dang.
What do you mean? L, I've never been so humiliated in my life.
Hey, why don't you just do the Shinigami eye deal? Then you should have no problem killing him, right?
And what good will Shinigami eyes do me if this is just a trap? Don't think that Shinigami killing people and humans killing people are the same thing, because they're not. I want nothing more than to kill him, but if I do, it's like asking to get caught.
Dang. He's more careful now.
Light is usually so
right,
calm, but he snapped. This must be getting to him.
At first, I thought once I found out his name, I'd have him die in an accident or kill himself. However, none of that will do me any good unless I know with 100% certainty that this guy is L. No, it's already too late to do anything about it since he's approached me and introduced himself as L. It doesn't matter how sure
it's like a checkmate almost situation.
The cause of death, if L dies now, the police are going to suspect me. I underestimated him. I never even considered the possibility that he would reveal his identity to me on purpose.
That's such a twist.
I mean, you did too.
It was a good move.
At least he's...
I'm sure I haven't seen the last of Ryuga. He'll keep trying to move in on me, playing the absent-minded genius, and we'll pretend like nothing's going on.
He has to keep pretending.
Yeah. So you will laugh coming on.
Uh-oh. He's like, let the games begin.
This is proof that they don't have anything on me yet. So this whole thing is nothing more than a contest between Al and me.
Mm-hmm.
A match of wits.
Right.
On the surface, we'll be two friendly classmates, but in reality, we'll actually be investigating.
But now in person.
This is interesting, Ryuga. If it's my friendship you want, I'll gladly accept it. In time, I'll earn your trust. And once you've told me what I want to know, there'll be no point keeping you alive.
Neither of them know.
With my hands if I
Oh,
bro, that's
shoot.
savage.
Golly.
That was an intense episode.
I know, man. Things picked up quick. I don't understand how this show's gonna go. Something's got to change because it's. I like the pacing is quick, you know.
Mm-hmm. But it's getting to the point.
Both of them are suspicious of the other, but one revealed himself, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like L is thinking 5% chance that that's Light. Maybe Light believes him, doesn't believe him, but maybe he's thinking like 50% chance that it's L. But either way, neither of them are 100% sure it's the other. But they have to play it as if it is, but also isn't at the same time. Because if you go too aggressive with it, you play your cards.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be doing all that really like on the surface. It's just like two buddies.
Right. Which he mentioned something like, is that L? Could he have sent a double? Obviously, I think we know that that's L because that's what we've seen. But even so, what if from the moment we met L, he's been a double? right? So the last several episodes, we've considered him L, but later on, it turns out he's not L.
Someone else is controlling him.
Not so much controlling him, but he's getting the information
From
and the talking points from the real L.
Like, what if it's actually Watori is the main guy, is the mastermind?
What if Watori is L?
And then it's really L, and the guy playing L is like his nephew or something. But the thing is, like, the part that makes the reason L has the upper hand right now is that they both have to pretend to be nice to each other. But L has played his hand. He's like, I am L.
Right.
So he doesn't have to pretend to be anybody else. Light has to pretend that he's not Kira.
Right.
And so it's harder to pretend you're not someone that you are. Whereas L can just be himself.
Right.
And all he has to do is pretend that Light is a suspect. That's kind of it.
Yeah. And the fact that it's either just undercover work, credentials, IDs, birth certificates, everything, age, names, but getting to be top of your class, the second place, that means you're taking the place of somebody else who should really be there.
Yeah.
So you're going through all of that in order to play this hand, to play this card. How much approval do you have to go through for that, right? You're leading an investigation.
True. Did he get into the school? Obviously, he's smart enough to get in and be the top of his class and all that stuff. But is he doing that all under the umbrella of being an investigator, or is he just a kid who showed up and took a test and aced it? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Which is what I'm wondering.
And then so I don't know how what this changes as far as his job with the he's more like a consultant with the police force, but he has to keep going to school.
Right.
That almost, he has to look at other suspects. Right. So how much time do you dedicate to this one that you think is 5%?
Well, and the other thing is, this gives Kita an opportunity to sabotage the investigation in a way, because he told him he would want to invite him to investigate with them.
He can sabotage, but he can't be too obvious about it.
Correct.
Because then it's like, okay, you're clearly sabotaging. Like what he pulled off with Naomi, saying like, I just need your identification, all that stuff. That's not going to work with them.
No, it's going to.
So he'll have to be like he's going to have to keep pretending that he's only Light. And just think, what would Light do here? What would Light do here?
Yeah, he's got to play their game and, pretend to be dumb. Or not dumb, but to not be Kira, like you just said, and just act as Light, do what he would have done in the past, help with, the investigation. Yep. And then, like you said, once he gets Light's trust or L's trust, then at that point, he'll do whatever he wants.
Dang, what a twist, dude.
It was.
This is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be wild. And I had kind of said that they were similar in age. So, I guess in college you could be any age.
Right.
But they both look, L's probably older. We said that before. So like if he's 18, L might be like in his early 20s. But he's still young. Yeah. That's still college age,
Yeah, and this is just a little foreshadowing. And I don't know if this was done on purpose by the show or not. But I don't know if you noticed in episode 7, Naomi was also blue-haired when they pan to those scenes.
Right.
So she ended up dying. Obviously, the evil is red, right? And so that's Kita. But then is this also foreshadowing, showing L and Blue that he will at one point?
That, or he's just good versus evil, and that's just the good is blue.
Could be.
It helps. It's just like the artistic, division there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, that was like I said, that was an intense episode. A lot of like sick reveals and like pressure.
I would have never thought, because everything was so like behind the scenes. But then he's like, all right, I'm gonna really throw you off.
Which is another reason that makes me think that this is not really L, it's a double, is because when they first presented the idea of this person, L was in that meeting of the different countries, right? And it was like top secret, never reveals himself or whatever, all of that.
Yeah.
And then just so quickly revealed himself to the policeman.
This may be this is a very unique type of case. How many cases have you done in the past where someone has a magic book? You know what I mean? So this is probably the one where he's like, all right.
But here's the thing. He doesn't know of the book. All he knows is that he's a serial mass murderer, but he doesn't know how he's killing them.
He knows there's but he understands there's something magical.
Because
he knows
black magic.
Because he knows that he can kill him from a distance, and he just needs a name and a face.
Yeah.
I don't think he's thinking he has some, because they're all heart attacks. Right. It's not like he hired an assassin.
True.
So. And they're spread out. They're all at the same time. Yeah, that would be true.
Would have been easier to make your method of killing suicide versus heart attack. That's a little harder to track.
Yeah. Or have like a person. Oh, he can't do that. He said that's the limitation of the book.
You can't have somebody go kill.
Yeah.
Which I get, but I don't, because I think the rule said as long as it's within the limitations or that.
Maybe he can make someone go kill. I thought, why can't he make someone go kill someone and then kill themselves?
Right, exactly. Because I thought the rule said as long as it's within the realm of possibilities and not outside of the human control or whatever.
It's just the rule of the book that you can't have someone else kill
for you.
Yeah. Dang.
Either way.
I don't know. This show always has us thinking all sorts of directions. So who knows? But that's all we got for today, guys. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Full interactions over on our Patreon, as well as early access to future episodes. All linked down below if you want to check those out. But we'll be back in a few days with episode 10. So until then, we will catch you on the next one.
Peace.